Welcome to the first day of summer 2024. We're going to be exploring beautiful Narragansett Beach, the seawall today, and all the beauty we have here. I will be examining the other beaches as well. I was at Galilee the other day, kind of going to San Cove, East Matunic, all the beautiful beaches we have, so everyone will get to see all the beautiful beaches, all the blessings and gifts we have. I realized yesterday was extremely crowded. I didn't even bother trying to get to the beach because I recognized it was Juneteenth Day, it was a hot day. But today you'll see there's ample space available if anyone's on vacation, if anyone's in the area. People say they can't find a place on the beach during the summertime because there's wall-to-wall cars. They'll say that the parking lots are completely full to capacity and we have to have them both reserved for residents only. Well, I'm not making this up. I will show you both lots. And also when I was driving in, the west lot, which is reserved only for people who do not have seasonal parking passes. I have to say seasonal parking passes and not resident parking passes, because you can actually get a resident parking pass as long as you're a seasonal homeowner. You're not technically a resident of Narragansett. So I do want to clarify that. But it's just a shame that on a beautiful day like today, when both lots have plenty of space available, that we don't open up one of the lots because the west lot did have the sign marked full, and there was actually a car waiting when I came into here. So I hope you enjoy the video. So, okay, so here you go. This is the south lot, and you can see we have plenty of spaces available. We'll have people that have argued with me many times, countless times. Well, you know, you took the video at the end of the year. It wasn't a sunny day. They'll make all kinds of excuses. You know, I'm not photoshopping this here. I'm not docking this tape up. You know. There's a staff member right there. I'm not making it up. I mean, some of her friends go through that's her working there. You know, and that's the reality. You know, it's like, so I don't know why, you know, our town has, you know, on a day like today, it's a weekday. It's a typical weekday in the summertime. It's not a holiday. It is definitely not a holiday. So, it's June 20th, first day of summer. So as we can see, there's the west lot over there. You can actually see cars waiting. People will tell me the west lot's hardly ever full to capacity, you know, but the west lot only can accommodate so many people. And as you can see, we have people literally waiting. They want to pay, so they'll be paying to park regardless if they parked in the west lot, the north lot, or the south lot. But on a day like today, when we have the north lot, plenty of spaces available here, it's just, you know, why are we making life more difficult for people who want to come to our beach and pay? They're going to go to concession stands here. You know, right over here you go. West lot is full. So these people who probably traveled a good distance away, probably from the city, inner city, now they're waiting. Now they're waiting in line. When look at all the spaces we have available over here. So why not open it up? Let's open up this beach. Let's open this parking, as you can see. See, I'm not making it up. It says west lot full. You got 3 cars waiting in line right there. You know, it just makes absolutely no sense to me. They say, well, this is our beach. This is Narragansett Beach. Yeah, all right. So you call it Narragansett Town Beach. But look at the spaces available. I mean, we got plenty of spaces available on both lots. So why are we why are we turning business away? Why are we turning business away? You know, when people go onto the beach, they're going to buy Adele's lemonade. They're going to go to our concession stands. They're going to be, you know, they're going to be spending money. They're going to be they could probably end up walking to one of the restaurants at Pear Marketplace. It's not too far of a walk. So why do we make it discouraging for people to want to come to our beach? They got to pay for admission, so it's not a free ride, right? They got to pay for parking. So now some of these people, you know, the people argue, oh, you know, we have to have signage because people don't want to pay. They want to be freeloaders. Well, these people, they want to pay. as you can see, it says west lot is full. So this policy really should be changed. It really should be. I'm a taxpayer. We have the Beach Enterprise Fund. So when this lot, becomes full, and we have plenty of space available on both the north lot and the south lot. Beautiful sunny day. It's 12:29. I just feel that the beach lots should be opened. I don't understand it. Can't understand the rationale, but that's it. So I hope that our director of Parks and Recreation, hope our town manager, our town council, I hope they reconsider the policy. We want to welcome people into Narragansett. We don't want to make it burdensome to come to our beach, our beautiful beach. Now you can go to like I said, I ended up buying a season parking pass, for a very small amount of money, and I can go to any of the other beaches. So why are we trying to price ourselves out of the market? Like, we're not the only, tool in the chess case. There are the beautiful beaches out there. So we have to remain competitive. There are other options for people to go to beautiful beaches. So, but I just don't understand the exclusive nature of some of the policies in Narragansett. So we're going to take a walk along also Ocean Road today, and check it out. So we'll check out Narragansett Avenue. So far, so good. The state has not given the town the authorization to put up signage along Narragansett Avenue or Ocean Road. That's a great thing. Let's face it, if people do park along Ocean Road or Narragansett Avenue, they still got to pay to get onto our beach. So it's not like we're giving them free ride into our beach. You still got to pay. There's a family, husband, wife, maybe they have their kids, above a certain age. I guess they have to pay too. So why turn money away? It's like we don't have definitely an overcrowding issue. We're going to take a walk on the beach later today, but some of the people who are supportive of the beach carrying capacity study talked about during the summer day we have wall-to-wall people. People tell me, I don't go to the beach during the afternoon, I don't go to the beach during the summer because you can't find a place to park. There's just wall-to-wall people. Both lots get crowded. That's not the case. That's not the case. So take a walk along Narragansett Avenue. Then we'll go down Memorial Square. Okay. Christiana says, wow, certainly an eye-opener. Yeah, Christiana, I was doing these videos last summer too, and people will call me an outright liar on Facebook. We have to keep the parking spaces totally available for Narragansett residents, because on a hot sunny day, those lots are filled to capacity. Well, today's a hot, sunny, beautiful day, and they are not filled to capacity. So as you can see, we have, luckily we do not have signage posted up here, Let's hope the Narragansett Town Council will not support signage. Let's keep this available for free. You know, not everyone is blessed with have unlimited funds. If you have college kids, high school kids want to drive down here, let them come down here, enjoy the day at the beach. They still got to pay to get on the beach. You know, if this is their favorite beach and they want to pay the price to go walk to our beach, you know, well, let them do so, you know. I'm all for that. And like I said, in the pier area too, the neighboring, we have the beautiful restaurants all over here. You know, you can walk along Ocean Road. Let them enjoy that. You know, let people enjoy that. It's good for business. You know, we have a short season. Short season. Planning on visiting Cap Cronin this summer too. That's another wonderful area to visit. It's a little hideaway people can go to. You don't even need a state pass to get to Camp Cronin. So here's beautiful Surfside, Narragansett. There was a gentleman speaking at Surfside because he had some concerns about his establishment, and unfortunately our town council president would allow him to speak a little bit longer. But you know, I don't understand. There was only he and I spoke during the open forum. It was a very short town council meeting, and yet sadly he was cut off. He said he was going to be exceeding his 3-minute time limit, and he did have some issues with the microphone too. So I mean, it would have been nice, you know, I hope that whoever was running for town council, that they will increase the time to speak on the open forum for 4 minutes instead of 3 minutes. I just don't think 3 minutes is enough many times. Area, beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous day. What a difference a day makes, right? Like yesterday, it was like wall-to-wall people, wall-to-wall people. I saw the pictures. I wasn't actually on any of the beaches yesterday, but I saw the videos and the pictures, and that's to be expected. I mean, it was a day off, right? People come down here and enjoy the day. Not everyone's blessed to live in Narragansett, so when they have their day off from work, let them enjoy God's paradise. There's no problem with that, you know. I support that. What I would recommend people do is when they do come down here on a day like yesterday, is don't go right home afterwards. You know, stay later at the beach, then go to dinner at a local restaurant. You know, why go back early, spend all that money on gas, because you're going to be waiting in line, right? You're going to be waiting for hours, maybe an extra hour on the highway or traffic jams. So instead of doing that, spending the money on the gas, go to a nice area restaurant. You know, Celeste, you know, George's of Galilee, you know, Jimmy's Portside, Monahan's Clam Shack. You know, we have many wonderful restaurants. Iggy's Doughboy and Chowder House. You know, the brand new Boone Street Marketplace. You know, and we cannot forget, obviously, the Bike Stop Cafe, Crazy Burger. I mean, PJ's. The list goes on, right? All beautiful restaurants within striking distance, you know, of Narragansett Pier. There we are, a beautiful distant view of the Narragansett Beach. Beautiful family walking down here with their little baby. Oh, yeah. Beautiful family walking with their little baby. See that? That's a beautiful thing, right? Those people, most likely, with their little baby, they probably would have opted to park and pay to park if there were spaces available. So that wasn't the case. So they probably, luckily, they found a place to park along Ocean Road. And the town's proposing to put signage on Ocean Road. I told the town council to make sure if hopefully the state will not give them the okay. I hope some of our state and elected leaders will watch this video. You know, in fact, I'm probably going to have to send another narrative because I did give testimony at the Capitol. I'll give more testimony saying that we should not have signage along our beautiful Ocean Road. Let's not obstruct this beautiful view. Let's not go after the small fish, the families on fixed incomes. No. Crosswalk. If the town's really concerned about getting $1 or feeling that people are being pinched or people are getting free parking, then why don't we have it so that we open one of the lots? You know? I'm sure this family here, you know, many people over here, this one gentleman to the right, I'm not going to show him on tape, he's got a cane. He's got to hop along to the cane to get to the beach. Now this gentleman, I'm sure if parking might have been available, he wouldn't be walking in with the cane with his little kids. But because they're from out of town, they're not from Narragansett, he's going to have to try to walk there with the cane. So there you go, you know. There's a quick distant view, you know. I don't want to invade anyone's personal life, but the quick distant, I didn't make it up. He's got 2 canes in both of his arms. You know, I don't know if you saw it. You could just zoom in on your computer. So all these cars here have 2-hour parking. So the town council says, we have too much parking along Ocean Road, so we have to put up signage. Well, there is signage along this road. Has signage deterred these people from parking? So why are we going to be putting up signage along Ocean Road? Why are they proposing to put up unsightly signage along Ocean Road? Makes absolutely no sense to me. I mean, Procasianti and Paolino, they're basically in violation of the town's zoning and comprehensive plan. And that's why on the Odd Town page, I have that picture of them. James Procasianti, Joseph Paolino, Director Terrence Gray, and legal counsel Mary Kay. Because each of them are culpable for breaking the town's zoning ordinance. The RIDM granted them, this is the environmental police right there. The RIDM granted them a 20-year street-level parking lot lease, which is in violation of the town of Narragansett. Zoning and comprehensive plan. They created an RFP, a request for proposal, to have a mixed-use, beautiful mixed-use development for Galilee. James Procasianti and Joe Paolino have $10 billion in real estate investment assets, and yet, hello, hi, hello, ladies, hi, and yet they had they intentionally abandoned the lighthouse inn, so it became a death chamber for seagulls. It was mold infested, fire hazard, health hazard. The town of Narragansett's building inspector cited them on that, and so did the state's building inspector. So after all the harm they caused the environment because when obviously it got demolished, they created tons of demolition, tons of waste, literally tons of waste. The Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management, led by Terrence Gray and his legal counsel Mary Kay, who were both there at the State Properties Committee, testified that they were going to award them the lease. A 20-year street level parking lot lease. You can't make this up. If any of you can find any justification on why the RIDM would give a 20-year street level parking lot, which is in violation of the town's zoning and our comprehensive plan, to a company who created a health, safety, environmental hazard on the RIDM leased land in Galilee, please justify that. Justify that. If you want to hear a full narrative of my testimony, you can Google on YouTube, State of the State, Albert Alba. Okay? Coming down the road here, we have some high school students here. Yep, and I'm all supportive of that. You know, they're from out of town and they want to save a couple of bucks. You know, high school kids don't make a lot of money. Let our brothers and sisters from South County, North Kingstown, Central Falls, Pawtucket, if they want to walk a mile and a half along beautiful Ocean Road, look, unobstructed, no signage on either side. No signage. This is gorgeous. So why would our town want to put up signage on either side of this road? And we all saw just a couple of minutes ago that signage does not work. We saw the signage where they have 2-hour time limited parking, and there was wall-to-wall cars there. So we're going to pollute this beautiful view, and then some people get hit with a $50 ticket. And when I was doing my tour of Galilee, when I was doing my tour yesterday on the area streets of Galilee area, the Escape Road, the circle around, there's 4-hour parking. So, you know, I'm against all kinds of parking, but some people were complaining about Boone Street, where people get hit up, where there's 3-hour parking. I'm against basically, you know, parking along Ocean Road and Narragansett Avenue. And some people say when people park along Ocean Road, they're there for the entire day. They never leave. They never leave. This is what you're told. You can't find a place. If there's not 3-hour parking, people are going to stay there all day long. Right? Well, here's a case in point. Here's a car. They just piled into the family, and they're going to be leaving. They're going to be leaving this area. There's going to be open space right here. Right? We don't have 3-hour parking limitation, and people who come to the beach don't stay here all day. After they're here for several hours, they decide to leave. So that's another false narrative that people say. People say, oh, the people who park along Ocean Road, they stay there all day long. That's not true. This family just went into their car, they're packing, and they're going to be leaving in a couple of minutes. There you go. So it's just really troubling when you hear one false narrative after another. You know? It's like people who are supportive of the offshore wind farms. Here's another car leaving, right? I'm not making this up, guys, right? I'm not making this up. This is a beautiful, quintessential day. June 20th. There's a young man from high school. He's going to grab that. Probably couldn't get a spot. Or maybe he's just starting out, you know. When I was a 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old, I mean, if I could save $10 or $15 on the parking and just have to pay to go on a beach that I truly love, I'll do that. I would do that. I mean, we're not going after Procasianti and Palino, where we have $10 billion in assets. In the 20 years they have that street level parking, they're going to make multi-millions of dollars taken away from the town and the state. So why are you going after the average hardworking citizen who's not even a millionaire? Some of them are living paycheck to paycheck. So we have some people who are living paycheck to paycheck. You have the high school kids, you have college kids, and we want to put up signage which will pollute this beautiful unobstructed view of our ocean. And even if we have signage on the other side, that too will be gross. People say, well, you can't fight the RIDM. That's nonsense. People say you can't fight the CRMC. That's nonsense. Block Island fought them. Richmond and Exeter fought them, and they won. They litigated, they went to court, and they won. They had to go to the Supreme Court, but they didn't give up. They fought it, and they won. How are we doing there, gentlemen? Good, guys. How about? Hey, how you doing? It's funny, one of them called me a daddy. You know, I work at the state prison, and I wasn't blessed with kids. But my students tell me that I'm like their father. They said, Dr. Albor, we know more about you than we know about our father, because the father left us, abandoned us, or whatever. You know more about us than our father knows about us, because our father hasn't been in contact with us. And you care about us and love us more than our father ever did. So they said, you're our adopted dad, you're our foster father. So on Father's Day coming along, they said, we want to wish you a happy Father's Day, Dad. I said, thanks for being a good role model to all of us. So it kind of made me feel good, you know, that my students appreciate me as their teacher. And these are grown men, they're in prison, you know, but they still appreciate kindness and empathy, someone that gives them empathy. I tell them to pray for me. You know, we have to pray for each other. You know, it's very important. We're all sinners. I tell them some of the greatest saints were sinners at that time. Mary Magdalene, St. Paul. You know, St. Paul was killing Christians for many, many years. I mean, in our society, obviously if someone killed a lot of Christians, in some states he or she could be given the death penalty, or killing anyone, you know, in that matter, by their race, creed. But God chose him, I think, and saints God forgave them, so it shows that we all can be saved. Regardless of how egregious or what we've done in life, we ask God for forgiveness, we all can be saved. And anyone could become a saint. You know? So. I have listened to a lot of testimony on offshore wind farms, and I am against them. Many experts in our area spoke out. Many fishermen have spoken out. Many researchers, doctors, learned individuals, highly skilled, representatives in other states who've done their research. And I agree with many of the narratives, and they're not false narratives, that the one thing about green energy, about offshore wind farms, is the green money that's going to be going to the developers, Ørsted and the others. I mean, This town says they don't have money for more affordable housing, or they don't have enough money for more drug treatment programs. But then, then we fund Fortuitous Incorporated, right? Tidewater Landing, the soccer stadium. Another example of a multi-billionaire getting monies from the state. Kurt Schilling deal, right? After it failed, to add insult to injury, Gina Raimondo's had to bail out the bond owners. If you and I invest in a stock, a mutual fund, an ETF, and it goes down 50% in value, or 60%, or 70, 80% in value, we can't go to the state of Rhode Island and say, hey, you know what? We want the taxpayers of Rhode Island to bail us out. But that's what Gina Raimondo did. She said it would have affected our bond rating. You hear so many false narratives from these politicians to justify giving away our taxpayers' money. It's so deeply troubling. But we got to pray. We got to pray for our legislators. We got to pray for our president. We got to pray for our elected leaders. Here's a famous wishing well right here. Here's the famous Monahans. We have Monahan's Dock. I remember way back when, believe it or not, this was a gas station. When I was about 5, 6 years old, we would come down here and stay in my dad's shop, which was right across the street. He used to own that building across the street. That's where he had his hairstyling shop. I used to cut those shrubs for him for many years, do the landscaping for him. It was always a pleasure to help my dad out. We tried to have a little memorial put in my dad's name in Narragansett, but they rejected it, sadly. But that used to be a shop. It used to be all opened, all windows, all front to front of that. People sit down and watch the beautiful ocean. And then he had, behind that shop, there was a building, a house. People were living in it, no problem. When my dad sold the shop, they said, sorry, you got to tell the person who's going to be buying your building, they can no longer have that house. So my dad got much less money for that property than he could have. They said, well, I'm sorry, because of the age of the building, it's got to be demolished. So the person who bought the property had to give my dad less money because he couldn't get that rental income, plus he had to pay for the demolition. So it was like a double negative, but it is what it is. We have a lot to be thankful for. I'm thankful to be down here now. I know my dad's up in heaven, watching down on me, advocating for what's right in Narragansett. If any of you guys like to go fishing, it's a nice fishing pier. Beautiful area. One time my dad saved my life, Hurricane Bob. I was across the street. We were putting up, we were safeguarding the windows by putting up like wooden protection boards, putting up wooden boards, nailing them in. I came down to this area like right over here where I'm walking right now. My dad says, Alberto, get back, get back. He goes, don't stay there. So I went back, and then within 1 minute's time, Hurricane Bob brought over a huge wave which engulfed this whole area, which I would have been a goner. It would have definitely taken me under. So one of the many times my dad saved me in my life. So Dad up in heaven, God bless you. Thank you for being in my life, for saving my life more than once. When I was a kid, we used to come down here and we used to go fishing for shoggies. Couldn't eat them, but it was a lot of fun. Nice to see you. Peaceful day and this beautiful view. Walk down this way. This is a boat ramp where you can launch your boat, whatever your watercraft might be. Nice little offshore breeze here. Keeps everyone cool. I would like to have a demonstration rally this summer against the offshore wind farms and also against the RIDM for its failure in its fiduciary duties. I think it's very important that we keep the heat on our government. Elections do have consequences. So when you bring out these false narratives that these elected officials bring forth, we have to call them on it. If you and I, there's another car leaving, right? People say, when people park here without time signage, people never leave. Well, there you go. There's another car parking right in. So over here, this is one place where another open space. So by us not having the west lot open and that being filled to capacity, people are trying to find other places to park. You cannot blame them. It's beautiful today. So. You look at all those beautiful photos of Ocean Road. We don't want signage on either side. And the reality is that's a big slippery slope. Because then I can hear the locals screaming, these signs are not doing any good. We have to now put up paid parking. I can hear it now. People have to pay. And our town council argues, well, this is it. They charge in Newport, they charge in Providence, so let's charge in Narragansett. No, we don't want that. This road is a tourist attraction. Ocean Road is one of the most pristine tourist attractions. So by putting up signage on either side, it will definitely cause harm, of the view, the unobstructed view, and leave a bad taste in people's mouth. But not only that, some people, as you could see when I was videotaping on Memorial Square, where there's 2-hour parking, they're still going to park. Because people are just deeply in love with the ocean. And they'll take their chances. But sadly, some of them will get hit with the $50 ticket. So we're allowing Procacciante and Palino, who have $10 billion in real estate assets, to violate our town's zoning and comprehensive plan, taking multi-millions in a 20-year, if they're allowed to keep it, unless our town fights it. I have no idea why our town is not fighting it. If I was on the town council, I would fight it. I would be fighting litigation. If the remaining town council members did not agree with me to fight the litigation, they'll be on the spot. I'll say, how could you not fight this? How can you support the RIDM awarding a 20-year street-level parking lot, which will be taking $20 million, will be taking millions of dollars away from the town and state over a 20-year period? And yet, the town's trying to put up timed parking, which might hit the average Joe, the average hard-working citizen with a $50 ticket. They're going after the small fish, but not the big fish. Makes absolutely no sense. I even called James Procacciante up. I says, I'd like to meet with you. Maybe we can discuss what's going on in Galilee. He goes, call the RIDEM. Call the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management. Totally beautiful area here. It's gorgeous. There's a building owned by Procacciante, Palino, the Shore House. A wonderful family owns it. Is operating it. They don't own it. Procacciante, Palino, they own the building, but they're renting it out to a beautiful family, hardworking people. So go there and support the business. I know Procacciante and Palino own it, and it shows you they can make beautiful, lavish hotels and buildings throughout the United States. So it's a good case in point. Then why do they trash the Lighthouse Inn in Galilee? Because it was an orchestrated plan with the RIDEM from the beginning. And they put a request for proposal out for a viable mixed-use development. Well, now 2 of the 3 lots have been given to Procacciante Palino, and the other lot is basically a seagull sanctuary, a seagull breeding ground. They put grass seed down, seagrass down, and the seagulls are swamping over that area. You just can't make this up. How is having a 20-year street-level parking lot in Galilee with the seagull sanctuary, how is that going to help tourism and for people to stay and want to stay in Galilee and vacation? We could have a maritime museum there. We could have shopping center there. We could have a maritime playground. We could have a statue of some Native Americans put there and to commemorate both the fishing industry and the Native Americans. We could invite fishermen. We could have a fisherman memorial. We could have everyone, all former fishermen and those lost at sea. We could have a beautiful memorial with their names put on them, on the walls. Because to me, fishermen, every time they go out, they're putting their life on the line, literally and figuratively. God forbid something goes wrong, bad storm or whatever, mechanical failure. It's a very perilous job. There's the famous Coast Guard house on our right, and to the left is the famous Lila Delman Real Estate. I knew Mrs. Delman very well. She knew my dad. When Brian was in the area, he actually sold my dad's shop on Ocean Road. Great man. I believe he's living in California. He's got his beautiful daughters. Beautiful sisters. He has beautiful sisters living there, working there now. Sadly, they lost one of his beautiful sisters. She was a wonderful lady. So I do want to thank the Delman family and also the DiCaprio family and all the owners of our local businesses for doing wonderful work here. Mrs. Delman used to ride her bicycle along Ocean Road. She used to love it. Wonderful family, blessed family. Brian's a great guy. Here are our towers over here. This Saturday we're having the Narragansett Art Show, Saturday and Sunday. So if you are in the area, or even if you have to travel down here, it's always nice to see these artisans and how beautiful they can draw. Oh yeah. And here is the Narragansett Chamber of Commerce. So you can see here, you could get all kinds of information about our town. Wonderful people who work here. They see people from all over the world. So if you're around Saturday and Sunday and you want to see a great art show, it's right down here, right in this location. And every day is a blessing. We got to thank God every day for our blessing because we never know when He's going to call us home, right? So, regardless of how healthy you are one day, you can get stricken with cancer, a debilitating illness the next day. So every day we got to thank God for our health. So please say a prayer for me, say a prayer for my family. It'll be greatly appreciated. He watches over us, keep us healthy. And may our Lord watch over all of you and your families and bless you all. you doing? I did my walk, so I'm going to go on the beach now. Okay, sounds good.
I'm going to put my sandals on the beach.
Sounds great.
Right.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day for a walk. Beautiful day, huh? Think so?
Oh,
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I mean, it makes it certainly cool enough.
Yeah, cool enough. Yeah.
So on the beach, it's going to be very windy.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, but I'll see you.
Okay, I love you. Take care. Excuse me, gentlemen. Excuse me, there's a couple. Here are the beautiful sculptures we have over here. It's called Dancing on the Waves. So Mimi she actually created both of these sculptures. She passed away several years ago. Reminds me of the Van Trapp family. The Sound of Music, where the kids in the family would sing together. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your services. Here we are at the beautiful Narragansett Beach. Must be some kind of surf competition for the kids. They got a photographer there. A nice keepsake. Watching the kids learning how to surf. Conrad Furler, Paul Bennett, all outstanding surfers. And here we are on beautiful Narragansett Beach. This is a quintessential day. Everyone's enjoying the beautiful sunshine. I actually like the breeze. Keeps you cool. And there's always something which is called the wind chill factor. So it could be like 80 degrees outside, but with the wind, it'll make it feel like 70 degrees. So that's why people love coming to the ocean. As you can see, we have plenty of spaces available here. People say we have to have signage because otherwise, when there's parking along Ocean Road, it causes the beach to become overly crowded. Well, you can see the beach is not overly crowded. They say we have to have signage along Narragansett Avenue because if we don't, our beach gets overly crowded. Today's a perfect beach day. Definitely not overly crowded. More false narratives. I don't bring this stuff. I don't make this stuff up, right? And you can see umbrellas are still allowed on the beach. And also those little tents, open air tents, those are allowed as well, because there was some discussion about that. Always great to see the little toddlers walking around, loving the ocean with their families. It's a beautiful thing. I haven't been in the water yet, but I might take a dive today to commemorate the first day of summer. I guess the water doesn't look that cold. There's quite a few people taking their dips. As you can see, we have plenty of space available in the summer. People will argue we cannot allow people to park in those lots because the beach will be flooded with people. We have to have signage along Ocean Road because the beach will be flooded with people on a summer day. Today's the first day of summer. We're taking videos throughout the summer. We had a beach carrying capacity study conducted because people were complaining that our beaches, Narragansett Beach, is overcrowded, that it could be concern for safety of people. Last summer when I was videotaping on vacation week, the 4th of July week, when every spot was taken in both lots, and every spot was taken in the west lot, and every space was available on Ocean Road was taken, and Narragansett Avenue, and along Boone Street, the beach was not overcrowded. So why is our town of Narragansett trying to have signage put along Ocean Road and Narragansett Avenue? Why? I don't see the reasoning. I don't see the justification. When they had the Traffic Commission testimony or hearing at the Capitol, I was tipped off the day before the meeting to go down there and provide testimony. Thank God I was able to do that. I gave testimony saying we do not need signage along Ocean Road or Narragansett Avenue. So I want to commend the Traffic Commission for ruling correctly and not granting this request by a town council. And some of the supporters of the carrying capacity study, ironically, were those who rent out these cabanas. Now these cabana owners, they have their own parking spots. They have their own parking lot. And yet these people would argue and bring forth saying the beach is too crowded. The beach is too crowded. We need a carrying capacity study. So our town spent, I think, a little over $140,000, I think $147,000 on a carrying capacity study. That's a lot of traffic tickets. $147,000. You do simple division. $147,000 divided by 50. If the town wants to waste money in this way, why do they want to put up time signage? In this area over here, you usually have more space available. You do have more space available more times than not in front of the cabanas. So why is it the cabana owners, why don't they want to park their blankets over that area where they can have more space if they really want more space? Also, if you go further down in this area here, you can see if people really want to have even more space available, you can park your blanket down here, right?
Yo, let's play tennis.
Look at the space available over here. Well, this isn't technically Narragansett Beach. I mean, if you're really concerned about having people around you, you really want more space, then get your blanket and go over in this area. To the left of us, we are approaching the Dunes Club. When my dad first started hairstyling, he would work there in the summer times to get extra income. Like when I started teaching, I actually had 3 jobs. I taught summer school for extra income. Then I work at night at Henry Bonnet Elementary School. Worked at Rocky Hill School. Did landscaping jobs on the side. So when you're starting out, you got to do what you got to do, right? You got to pay your student bills, student loans. You got to survive. Got to bring income in, right? You can see there's a lot of sand replenishment which was done in this area. As early as April, or I should say as late as April, when I was walking this area, the sand was located about half a foot below this foundation. In fact, the only way I was able to do this crossing was to walk on that landing. View of the Dunes Club. For those of you who are watching, you might not be aware, but Narrow River Kayaks is open this summer on Middle Bridge. Wonderful owner. So if you want to take get a kayak from that location on Middle Bridge, you can bring it right on down to beautiful Narragansett Beach. Or you could bring it to the actually down Narrow River. Getting it to Narragansett Beach would be I'd be quite the expert kayaker. But you could drop the kayak off at the edge of near a river down here and enjoy the sights and sounds. Make it a day trip. If any of you have not seen the testimony I gave on the shenanigans, what's happening in Galley, Rhode Island, you can Google on YouTube, State of the State, Albert Alba, and see the video. On YouTube, you can also do a search on the harm RIDM Director Terrence Gray and the RIDM has done to our state. You'll be able to see how the RIDM has failed our state. And not only Galilee, but in many, many areas, many other parts of our state. And yet, our Director Terrence Gray is given glowing praise from our governor. There's this house at the edge of a river here. As you can see, in my opinion, the place has to be demolished. I feel absolutely if this was an average citizen, ordinary citizen, this was my dad's beauty parlor, where he had to tear down a building which was livable. People were living in it. They made him take it down. The town made him take it down. When he sold the property, people were living in it. It was functional. If you got to tear that down, it can't be rebuilt. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens over here. People obviously can't live in this building. If you have a watercraft or boat, bring it down this area. Truly a little bit of heaven on earth over here in Narragansett. Rent out your kayak, bring your lunch here. Have a wonderful excursion. This area is closed off right here. As you can see, this is a piping plover breeding ground. I'm not going to get too close. I don't want to disturb their nest, but you can see their mommy and daddies must be telling me, stay away. Give me a warning. Stay away. Piping plover. Okay, I got rid of it. I'm staying away. I'm staying away from you babies. I feel like I'm in the Birds, the movie The Birds. I tell you, they won. It's okay. Too funny. Reminded me of the Alfred Hitchcock movie The Birds. They were going on attack mode. Stay away, stay away. If anyone who's watching us how to zoom in and zoom out while you're doing a live feed on Facebook would be appreciated. I do know how to zoom in, that works fine, but zooming out is problematic. So once I increase the zoom, I don't know how to zoom out, it's not working. Brave little boy chasing the seagulls. It's easier walking that way than this way, I tell you that. It's nice though, huh? The breeze is nice. Facing a little bit of a headwind, but that's all good. Definitely keeping me cool. Beautiful Old Glory. Most beautiful flag in the world. United States of America. God bless America. We pray for all of our elected leaders, former president, vice president, members of Congress, governor, state, federal representatives, town manager, town council members. Because if they fail, we all fail. Please feel free to invite any family or friends, anyone who has a love for Narragansett. Anyone who wants to enjoy a vicarious experience of our beaches, all the beauty we have in Narragansett. Please feel free to invite them to the Our Town Narragansett page. Our page promotes inclusivity, not exclusivity. We support, members of this page support democracy. We do not support plutocracy. If I was James Procasianti or Joe Paliano, who had $10 billion in assets, I would create the most beautiful, lavish, mixed-use development in Galilee with the Maritime Museum, a boutique hotel. Housing for fishermen and students. Galley Grocery convenience store. With over 15,000 members on this page, and it's growing every day, more and more people are recognizing what Protestante and Palino did to our beautiful village of Galilee. Sorry. Now these are the cabanas. Now there's also politics involved with this. The people are renting out these cabanas right now. There is no time limit on how long these people can rent out the cabanas. We have a very long and lengthy waiting list. People have been waiting for years, and yet there's no time limit imposed. Most Narragansett residents feel this is not right, it's not fair. There should be some kind of time limit of 1 to 2 years. To build those cabanas, it costs a lot of money, millions of dollars, to the Beach Enterprise Fund. Therefore, if people want to spend the money to rent them out, they should be allowed to do so. But it should be time limited. Say 1 to 2 years, so there'd be a turnaround. Then they could have a lottery or some other equitable way to allow those people who are on the waiting list to be able to get access to those cabanas. I'd like to thank you all for watching. God bless you and God bless your families. Thank you. As you can see, it's a beautiful summer day. We do not have overcrowding. We do not have people leaving the beach. I have residents saying they can't get to the beach in the summertime because it's just too crowded. I can't find any place to park in the parking lots. But if any of you joined this video late, you can watch the beginning of it. You can see there's plenty of spaces to park. Definitely not overcrowded. No one feels unsafe. More and more false narratives. I just call it the way I see it, literally and figuratively. God bless you all. Bye now.